Today on BCPOV, we check out the top 10 most iconic wood features in the Whistler Bike Park. From sketchy to huge, Whistler has got it all. Located just 90 minutes from the North Shore of Vancouver, this part of the world is famous for its wooden stunts. So without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 10 on our list is in the upper section of the bike park, on a black trail called Fatcrobat. Opening later in the season, this part of the mountain houses some of Whistler's gnarliest trails and also its longest log ride. And like many of the trails in Whistler, there's a smaller feature to warm you up for the main attraction. Once you've crossed the ski slope, you're into the big one. At over 100 meters long, it can be tricky to stay on for the whole length of it. But you can't fall too far, and a simple hop off the left side will get you back on the trail. Thankfully, the log ride is mostly downhill, so there's no need to pedal. The builders have even cut out a notch in this tree to allow your bars to pass through. As you're riding it, look ahead, keep your pedals level, stay relaxed, and no sudden movements. If all has gone well, you've made it across the longest skinny in the bike park.
It's so long.
After that, you'll be back to the safety of the dirt, rocks, and roots.
Nice.
At number 9 on our list, we've got not a single wood feature, but a whole trail of wood features. And that trail is a blue trail called Devil's Club, named after the prickly plant that surrounds the trail. Filled with no less than 9 wooden bridges on 1,500 feet of trail, this is a must-do for intermediate riders looking to get their wood fix. Built mostly with wood that you could buy at a hardware store, its smooth surface gets slippery when wet. Go easy on the brakes. The last bridge on the trail is built with more traditional cedar rungs, sourced from the surrounding forest. Make it over this one, and you've finished. At number 8 on the list, we've got our first wall ride. Actually, it's 2 for the price of 1. These 2 beauties are on a trail called Crank It Up, Whistler's classic blue jump line. It's a great introduction to this type of feature. You've got the option of going high, or staying low, or just bypassing them altogether. When riding up to them, they may seem almost vertical, but they're not actually that steep. Think of them as a berm made of wood that you can jump off of. Challenge yourself to get as high as you can. And of course, after the wall rides, there's a wooden table that you can jump on and off of. Next up at number 7, we've got our first double black feature, an elevated log ride on Pulp Fiction in the Fitzsimmons zone. Although it's just a short one, it certainly packs a punch. Starting off low, it doesn't take long to get to neck-breaking heights. Keeping your balance along this plank certainly requires some mental focus. As you exit the feature, there's a small drop where you pick up speed quickly. But it's not over yet. Next you have to navigate your way down this wooden bridge with a drop at the end into some Chundri Nar. At number 6, we head back into the Garbanzo zone to a trail called No Joke.
God.
If you can clear the rock armor and wooden bridges leading up to this feature, you certainly will have no problem riding this one. Being the most aggressive roller coaster in the park, and complete with safety ropes, this structure certainly gets you high. As you ride into what looks like a wall, you need to be committed, as any panic braking will have you falling backwards. In order to ride this feature properly, good pumping skills are necessary, absorbing the rollers and pushing down through the valleys to keep your speed. Of course, if this is all too much for you, you can always take the go-around. For number 5, we need to go to a double black trail called Joyride. With 2 wooden bridge rolls, these structures are not for the faint of heart. Allowing the trail to cross Crank It Up twice, these bridges are best ridden slowly as you're going to pick up a lot of speed as you roll through. On the first of the 2, dropping off the top is optional, but soon after, you'll encounter the second. Dropping off the top is mandatory here. But the runout is nice and wide and gives you plenty of time to get your speed back under control. And as if that wasn't enough for one trail, there's more wooden bridges to be had lower down. This list wouldn't be complete without the wooden ride on Blue Velvet. At number 4, it certainly is the biggest wall ride in the park, and it's definitely impressive. Ridden slowly at the bottom, it's a blue feature, but the higher you go, the harder it gets. Add some rain into the mix, and you'll be white knuckling it to make it through.
Oh God, I'm so scared.
Many have left their mark after sliding off the top. At number 3, we take a trip down Clown Shoes, a double black circus-like trail. Off the top, there's no shortage of wood features, but the one we really care about is about halfway down. With the takeoff angle to the right and the landing in the same direction, one must really be on their A-game. Otherwise, it could shoot you into oblivion.
Oh!
But if you've got the skills, a small lunge over the edge will make it smooth as butter. Shortly after, you've got this wooden step down covered with metal grating. If you make it through that, it won't be long till you get to the pink bike drop. You can either roll through it or send it as deep as you dare. My friend Nick tries to send it past the wood. Nice! At number 2, we have another complete trail, Fade to Black. Rated double black, this trail consists of 4 major features. The first may be the most intimidating for some. The road gap is not small by any means, as it drops over 10 feet.
That's a good sound.
Once you've cleared that, you've got another step down over a stump, and next, a step up to step down. And to finish, you've got a bridge you can either roll or drop. And that's Fade to Black. It's intimidating, but if you trust it, it works. Just don't panic brake like I did. Number 1 is one of the newest builds in the park, and they're massive. The new wooden drops on Dirt Merchant. A flow trail, it starts out with dirt jumps, but it doesn't take long to get to the first drop. Called the Hoskin drop, you've got to send it far enough to not case the landing. But if you're comfortable, you can send it as deep as you want since the landing is so big. The second drop is even bigger than the first. Woo. Sloping slightly downwards, it drops you over the trail ripping rutabaga, setting you up nicely for the step up after. All these guys make it look pretty easy, but in person, it's big. But before we close, check out this kid sending it. He's fearless! Oh, and we have a surprise mention. The wooden drop at the top of the most famous trail in the world, A-Line. If you've ever been to the Whistler Bike Park, there's a good chance you've ridden this feature. Most will drop off the end, but more advanced riders will pre-hop it. Basically a bunny hop clearing the remainder of the feature. So that's my top 10 plus 1 wood features in the bike park. How many of these have you ridden? Which one is your favorite? Do you have anything like this in your local riding area? Let me know down below in the comments. But as always, thanks for watching and stay gnarly.